Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your hosts, Matt McGregor and Tone Base. Good morning, mate. How are you?
Morning, morning. Oh, very good morning based on what the price did the last 24 hours.
Yeah,
Are we
yeah,
back? Are we
it's pretty
back?
interesting.
That's going to be the big question. Are we back?
Well, the big question is for people like yourself who are in positions from 61, 62, whatever, like that, 63, that the price dropped and everyone was totally underwater. We had the dead cat bounce or recovery. Is it a dead cat bounce or is it a recovery? So the decision has to be made.
Well, I think we'll have a clearer picture by end of day, but yeah, we're gonna talk about it on the charts. Honestly, it's a hard decision right now. Do you exit off the bounce and come back in on Monday, Tuesday, or do you just hold through the weekend? Uh, it, I'll let you go first. I really don't like how we fell from 61 down to below 60 now.
All right, let me set her up. Click. Second. Sorry, guys. My computer's lagging. I don't know what's. Am I cutting out?
Yes, there's always technical issues. Someone is asking, will there be technical issues? All right. Otherwise, I was
There,
about to go first.
there will be technical issues. There will be. Can you see me? Am I here? Look how
Uh,
long this is taking to load.
your screen is not loading yet.
How about now? We good?
Hmm.
You see my screen?
No.
There it is.
Yes.
So I pushed that button 30 seconds ago. So we'll see how this goes. All right. So yeah, as Tone mentioned, I'm still in this trade here from 52, 200. I'm feeling good about that. I'm glad I stayed in it. We had a really good pump overnight. We got up to as high as 60, nearly 63, 63. Fantastic. And Tone said before the show that this is like a COVID recovery. I'd like to do a measured move on that. I'm scared to move my page around just in case it freezes because my mouse is so jittery right now. But I mean, let's have a look, measured move. That's a 27% on move from top to bottom here over, 1, 2, 3, 4 days. I don't even know if we did better than that in the COVID bottom. So let's have a quick 27, 20, what do you say, 24, 27%? Let's have a gander.
Yeah, you're
Is it
better off
on?
using the go-to button. You're gonna have to scroll for a while on a daily chart.
Yeah, you're right. It's just my mouse is so squiggly here. Yeah, all right, here we go. Cool. I'm
Yeah,
very
there it
interested.
is.
Yeah. It's not me like mucking around here. It's every time I move my mouse or something, it's like taking a while to adjust. Um, yeah, that's looking at that. This might be a bigger percentage move, especially in a day, obviously. But
Yeah, you gotta
yeah,
go to that upper spike. Go to the upper spike. It took an
yeah.
extra day, but no, higher.
Well,
The
yeah,
upper
I
spike.
took I took it from here to here. That's in
I
one
know,
day.
but you should take it to a few candles later. There was an upper
All right,
spike.
all right. We'll give it the
Yeah,
full
no, the total
compliment.
recovery was way crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like 60%.
Yes, yeah, it is. So we're still a ways off that. It did feel like a really good recovery, but the big question is like, are we out of the woods? And the same thing we said at the start of the show here, like where it's come back to land on is sort of exactly where you don't want it to come back and land on because that's touching on the 30, touching on the cluster of the 200, the 50, and the 30, and getting stuck here. Obviously, that was going to be a point of rejection. We said that in the show that we think that we could come up to this area and get rejected, which it has done. So all eyes on Bitcoin now to see if actually it can have its natural correction after such an incredible move. It makes sense that this would come down, and we've got to see if it can get some follow through here or it's going to cascade down lower. I don't know the answer. We just have to wait and see. For guys in trades up here, this is a very scary time. For guys in trades down here, guys and girls, it's you got to make the decision. The decision we made as well. Do you take profit here? I mean, I'm in a very, very good profit here. I'm in about $18,000 profit or something at this point. But I'm not taking it. I don't want 18,000. I want to let this thing run. I think 52 is safe as it stands right now. So I'm going to try and stay in this position. But well, we'll see how the week ends. We'll see how it goes. On the lower time frames, we can see it's a really 4 hours looks like a really clear picture here as well. So yeah, we got through all the moving averages, had the bullish cross, fantastic, got to an MRI top here, lovely, and now we're starting to pull back through these moving averages again. I'm not worried about that. It's the same sort of thing. It makes total sense that we would come back and retest the 50. It even makes sense, perfect sense, to come back and retest the 30 here, which was the same point as the breakout. Makes total sense to come back to 57. Wouldn't surprise me at all. But in the environment that we're in right now, if that does come back to 57, I think a lot of people will be freaking out. So I really, as I said on the daily, the better we can get a recovery through this period, even if it wicks down and then gets eaten up really quickly and builds back up, that build back up would be very, very, very confident. But it is a little bit liminal space as it stands right now. I think, even though we're still below the 200 here. Don't know. Don't know. I'm still in the trade. Still happy with that. I've been just watching the 15-minute time frame. 15 second. I always do that. 15-minute time frame. Most of all, ever since Bangbox came out, I find myself watching the 15-minute time frame and getting a better read of the market on the 15-minute time frame than I normally used to do on the 4 hour time frame. So I don't know. It's just funny how you can adjust to that sort of thing. Um, Look, I just really want to reset this trade, and we're on the doorstep now of resetting. As you know, we have to come back below. Look, we almost got reset here, which would have been fantastic because we would have caught all of this, but we didn't reset by this much, which is like a few dollars here, unfortunately. And at the moment, it's in the same situation. So we do need for Bangbox to put on a trade to get below this line, even just for a minute, so we can reset, recalibrate, and enter the next leg up. So that's all I'm saying right now. That's all I'm seeing right now. We've got 3 days left to get into this fantastic 15% cashback promotion we have on Blowfin here. Definitely take advantage of that. Just deposit the money, use the affiliate link, deposit the money, and put it into your futures account, and all whatever's in there up to $50,000 for 7,500 back. Great. On the 12th of August. Fantastic. It'll be calculated from there. Coming back to you now, Tone. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about the market and walk us through your position. Before you do, please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. And yeah, use the links in the description. Join Bangbox. Join the Discord. Tone, how are we looking?
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight to the daily chart. This is the chart that we literally hit exactly where I drew this arrow 4 days ago. So, um, sorry guys.
One
So
sec.
I draw my arrows as of the day that they happen. Like, so the first point in the arrow is when I drew it. And I don't understand why I have to sneeze the moment I start talking, which is really weird. And I drew the arrow exactly into the price where it hit yesterday. It's really, really weird. That was
Yeah.
I did not adjust this arrow since I drew it 4 days ago. And yeah, this is the area where I thought Bitcoin would hit resistance. It's really hard to pull your trade. It really is, but I think I am going to pull it today. The market just opened. Let's see what happens. If we end up with a monster rally this afternoon that is closing above all of these moving averages or near the top one, I mean, look, I'm gonna need if at 4 p.m. today before the market closes, Bitcoin is sitting close to 64,000, I'm not gonna do anything. But if it's anywhere between 60,000 and 63,000, I'm probably gonna pull the position and I'll wait till Monday to get back in. Now, when I pull the position and say on Monday we are back in this area, I really find it super hard to believe that we are not finally going to break above this downward, slight downward trend line. We have this really weird situation where It's it's like a
Selgin.
no, see, Selgin, the upper one also goes slightly up.
Mm, 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 mm.
So this is a really, really weird situation. This doesn't normally happen. To me, these are closer to uh, double and triple and quadruple tops than they are lower highs. But technically, they are lower highs. There is no debate that we're getting lower lows. Okay. I just can't possibly see how the next time we are in the vicinity of $68,000, we don't just break out with a vengeance.
How many
And
weeks, how many days has it been in this? Well, I mean, looking at that, I know that it's not consolidation considering it had a 30% dump in there. So that's not consolidation, obviously, but it's in the realm of consolidation at the top. If you include the time that it's been in this zone, that's been some time now. That's what are we looking, 3 months nearly in this
it's
zone?
six. It's coming up on 6 months.
Man.
We're coming up on 6 months, man. We hit the top. We hit the
Mm.
all-time high on in early March, and we're in the middle of August. So April, May, June, July, August. So it's been 5 months, and I don't think we're gonna get there this month. So by the time we get there, it's gonna be 6 months.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. And that happened last year, and it was bloody painful to that period. That was excruciating, and this has been the same, it's the
So
hardest. It's the hardest thing in trading because when we're in these consult, and that's, I mean, that was even more in a channel, obviously, but being in the channel for 6 months, you can't. It takes me like honestly, it takes me like at least 3 4 months to realize we're in a channel or in a zone. You can't identify it for so long, too long. It takes you too long to realize it, and you can get chopped to 1,000 pieces trading before you realized you should have just stayed away from it, you know?
right, and this is why if I do exit later today, which I likely will, unless we rally and close, up closer to 64, what I might do is when I come back into the trade, I might go 50% ETF and 50% Bitcoin futures because Bitcoin futures are 5x leveraged. So if I go 50% ETF and 50% 5x leveraged in the futures market, that creates a leverage trade. That creates almost a 2x trade. That would be a 2.5x trade because I am, down over this consolidation. And I want to make up for that. And I'm very confident that once we break above 67 again, we're going to take off. And I will make up for all of this with a small leverage trade. Maybe I'll do 70, maybe I'll do 80%. No, that would be about the same. Maybe I'll do like 70, 75% ETF and 20 to 25% 5x leverage trade. But I do want to have slightly more than 100% exposure here. And there's two ways to do it. You can do it with options or you can do it with futures.
Mm.
I have an expertise in both. I may just do the simple way and go with the future, well, with the futures. And but right now, I am looking to pull profit unless we rally. I'm liking this rally right now. It's back to 60,500. Uh, I mean, if we're closing above 63 today, I'm gonna be super bullish. If this candle is green, closing above 63, maybe I won't have to do anything. I know earlier I said 64. I think if this candle is closing above 63, I'm
Yeah,
okay. If it's
very
closing
good.
higher
Very
than
good.
yesterday's swing high, then I think we're gonna consolidate inside this moving average cluster. If we are consolidating inside the moving average cluster, I'm okay. What concerns me right now is a rejection at the first moving average.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay watching. Uh, there's like a zigzag line here I can grab somewhere. Where
And
is
while
it?
you're doing that, if this candle it closes the day green or as like a dragonfly doji or something like that, just give it another day, do you know? And then if it does it again the next day, give it another day. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to close in positive candles, obviously. Do you know?
Right. If this candle, starts some form of a consolidation inside the moving average cluster, I have no reason
Hmm.
to oh to get out.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Something like this. I have no reason to get out. But what's concerning me right now is the rejection at the bottom end of the average. Where is the Lucid SAR? Is that it right here?
Yes. Yeah.
Back at 70K.
Yeah.
All right. So when did it get broken?
There. About just
Right
above.
here.
Yeah, above. Yeah, about above that. Yeah, yeah.
Let's go to the weekly scale. This looks so much like what happened back in July.
I agree.
Now, because this is a downward angle flag, it actually has better potential to go up than the horizontal version, but I prefer the horizontal version. The horizontal version is just safer because the downward slope uh, also has a probability of dropping harder. So it's like higher risk, higher reward. Uh, I'm sorry, the horizontal slope, let me rephrase that. I think I messed that up. The horizontal consolidation, like what we had, has a higher probability to go up, but it tends to not go up as high as a downward motion consolidation. Now we went up a lot. Beating this, I think, is impossible. I just don't see us going up 150% from here within 1 year. It's possible, but not as likely. I mean, I would love to just see that Fibonacci line get hit at 102,000 sometime this year or early next year. So the weekly chart still looks very, very good, but it's still downward sloping. And we got plenty of room to keep downward sloping, all the way into November, and still be downward sloping while not breaking the lows, even the closing weekly lows. Now, I really like that the closing weekly low is going to hold unless we collapse today, which I don't really see. I kind of want to keep streaming for like an hour and a half. It's just to see if we can break 61. It's literally 10 a.m. right now. Here's the 1 hour chart. Let's go to the 5 minute chart. Before I do, I want to look at the stock market and its 5 minute chart. The 10 a.m. reversal is not really happening today because here's market open. Here's the 9:30 candle right here, this white candle, and it starts to go down right away. It reverses on the 9:50 candle, but it's hovering around the lows. But it didn't go up, didn't go down that much, I don't believe. Let me see. From the opening candle, it went down 20 points. It actually did go down significantly. I kind of like it here for the 10 a.m. reversal. If I enter a long right now, I said now a little bit lower than that, so I said now. There. That would be the entry. This would be the stop loss. This candle is ending when? I don't have my timer set on this. What time is it? Oh, this candle just started. It's got
Four
4 minutes
minutes.
to go. Damn, too bad. I was hoping this candle had like 1 minute to go.
Hmm.
Uh, I want to raise that stop loss to the bottom of that candle. This is the green entry. I want to see this candle. Well, what's my risk? 6 points. I need a 6 point move. Once I get a 6-point move, I set a break-even stop loss. Technically, my stop loss should be there. And that's an 8-point move, but that's usually way too risky. I don't like 8-point moves, right? Ideally I want to keep this to less than 5. So I would have had to enter a little bit lower on this candle, somewhere here. Here's where my entry should have been to keep my risk less than 5 in order to make a proper trade, but that's okay. I am right here. And now we can go to Bitcoin and take a look. I'll let this roll and see what happens. Here is Bitcoin, a
Nice.
5-minute chart. It's following the stock market. Oh, okay. I'm going to be
Nice.
very, very bullish once we break the MRI resistance line here. Not that it really matters in a 5-minute chart, but what I'm more interested in is breaking this. It needs to close here and ideally just knock out this MRI resistance line. We are already breaking a very nice trend line.
You can't believe Bangbox missed the reset again by like
Bangbox
$5.
just missed the reset. Yeah.
By $5, something like it did yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And
Look at this 5-minute MRI top right there. How was it on 10 minutes? 10 minutes, we didn't have it. Another 5-minute MRI top. If I do a trend line off the top. Oh, that's a good one. All right, we're breaking everything right now. We're back to 61,000.
nice.
I want to see this candle close. We got 1 more minute to go. 10 seconds. Let's go back to the S&P. S&P is beautiful. This is where I set a break-even stop loss, even though my trade was a smidge late. I don't need this anymore. Now, what else would I do on this trade? I would want to walk out of here with more than a cup of coffee. So I have a purple take profit. I'm actually going to set my stop loss higher at this point, probably to here. I want to walk away with a few $100 today in 5 minutes. I mean, that's a good work day. I would set it to 3.5 points. And again, like the trade was entered a little bit late. I would have entered a smidge earlier. Well, let's say 4 points. I'm good with 4 points. On 2 future contracts, which I used to trade, minimum 2 futures contracts, that's $400 minus $5 in commission. And $400 is not a bad day. I'm trying to get more. So I will take profit on half of my trade, probably 10 to 15 points. Let's do 15 points right here. At 15 points, half that trade, I'm banking $750 on 2 contracts. Sometimes I traded 4. I like even lots. And once this candle ends, my stop loss goes to the bottom of set candle. And this candle still has 4 minutes to go. So either way, I'm probably setting the stop loss there already. And either I'm pulling the entire trade and walking away with $650-ish, or I sell half of it, bank 750, and I'm letting 750, run the rest of the day. But past 2 p.m. on a Friday, I would never hold a trade. I would just set a very tight trailing stop and turn off the computer. Or close at the end of day if it doesn't hit my tight trailing stop, but it always does. It's about to close me out. Done. Done. I'm done with the trade. 650, 650, 650 points. So my minimum profit for the day would be $650. That took
Brilliant.
10 minutes.
Brilliant.
You know? That's it. My day's done. And on a Friday, I'll take it. Like Friday is usually, if I'm having a good week, I don't even trade on Fridays.
Well, you got to go give it back to the bar some anyway, so you're going to lose it by the end of the night.
Yeah, like if I didn't raise that stop loss, I would have left it. Um, it would I would have still been in the trade. It's up to you, really. Uh, it doesn't really matter, right? Like I'm happy either way. The other option was to raise it where I initially said, four points above, just to make sure you walk away with a decent profit for the day. 4 points above. Wait till the candle ends before raising the stop loss to the bottom of said candle. Keeping my stop loss at 15 for half my trade. How's Bitcoin doing? Oh boy, look at Bitcoin. Crashed.
That's to be expected. It's the same point. We'll see
I
how,
know.
with a move like that, we'll see how quickly it gets eaten up on the buyback.
Look, I'm gonna wait as long as I can today before getting out of my 100% long. But I am likely gonna get out unless we are massively rallying and closing at, up. If this is a green candle, I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
Even if it's right here, 62 and a half. If we close above this daily moving average, I believe that's the 50. That's the 50. If we're closing above the 50 period moving average, I'm going to stay in 100% long above 62 and a half. I want to see a proper close. 62 and a half, and it needs to be kind of done by 4 p.m., not by 8 p.m. So at 4 p.m., I got to make a decision. Do I think we're going to close above 62 and a half or not? So we need to be above 62 and a half by 4 p.m. All right, I think I rambled long enough. The ETFs yesterday, I'm not sure why this website is so slow on updating. They haven't updated Grayscale, they haven't updated Fidelity. I mean, Fidelity numbers should be in. I can check it myself. I don't know why the website's not updating. August 8th, was that yesterday or today?
Yesterday.
Holdings as of August 8th, right. So 176,000, just a tiny number. 100, so I'm gonna just copy this number. It's too small. 176,951. 176,951. Fidelity has purchased 1,100 Bitcoin yesterday. That's good. And Grayscale, I have no idea. They might have sold, they might have bought, no clue. But yeah, it looks like this number is going to be higher, closer to 5G for Thursday. Yeah, Fidelity is the big one. ARK Invest they have. Yeah, that's the one I was waiting for to see. All right, peek at traditional markets. I don't know. I'm not worried about Japan. Everyone is like, oh, I mean, no one knows what's going to happen there. I think the carry trade is wound down. I don't think they're going to raise rates again. I think that was a one-time thing. I think the Japanese yen will continue to devalue. Oh, look at the S&P go. Man, it almost hit that stop loss. That take profit. Yeah, so if I didn't fudge with it, technically what I said the first time is probably what I would have done. I wouldn't have done it the other way, but even if I did, I don't care. I made 650 bucks in 5 minutes. There it is. This would be half my trade off the table, and right now I would still have the other half, which was 750. Now it's closer to 800, and I would just let it run. I would be setting a very tight stop loss, maybe 2 points, 2, 3 points later today, not right now. Right now, I would just keep raising my stop loss manually. And then at around 2 p.m., I'd set like a 2 point trailing stop loss. And that's it. And I would expect to get out within 10 minutes. So that is the 10 a.m. reversal. This one was harder to identify than usual because the first 5 minute candle was up, and then we went down, and then we reversed at the 950 candle, probably literally at 950, and then my entry wasn't until the 10 a.m. candle. And this is a tougher 10 a.m. reversal than usual, but a very beautiful run up. Very beautiful run up. And Bitcoin should be following suit. Bitcoin should be rising right now as well. So we got a chance. We got a puncher's chance here. All right. That's it for me pretty much. Wanted to glance at Tesla. Somebody asked yesterday, but I totally forgot. Uh I'm kind of bullish on the markets here. Tesla pulled back nicely. If you missed the big move in Tesla, now's your chance. Tesla back at 200. Nvidia, beautiful buying opportunity at 90. That was my target. MicroStrategy, another one. Yeah, maybe I'll buy MicroStrategy. That's a leveraged play. But I don't like holding stocks. Maybe I'll buy options on MicroStrategy. We'll see. All right. That's pretty much it for me. Look at the daily candle on the S&P. Looks great. Oh, no, that's a 5 minute candle. Sorry, that's not a daily candle. The daily candle does not look as great, but if it closes at the swing high, that's okay. I don't know. I think the markets have done their thing. All right, that's it. I'm coming off screen share. No more.
That was fantastic, Tone. That 10 a.m. reversal that you walked through, that was really, really enjoyable. That's like honey for me. I love watching that. I'm staying in my trade. I don't think you should pull your trade, but we're in a different situation because we're at the different ends of the spectrum. But I'm standing by my decision that I think 52 was the buy of the year, and I'm staying in that for the rest of the year. I don't care. I'd rather break even on it than pull 18K out today. That's how I feel about that. We'll see how it goes. I'll trim it along the way, perhaps. But have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for joining, and go Bitcoin. See you soon. See you Monday.
All right. People asked to look at the yen. I think the yen is gonna now devalue. I mean, the whole yen carry trade, guys, it requires higher interest rates and appreciation of the yen. I don't think you're getting both. I don't think it's gonna happen. If even if I don't think the Japanese are gonna raise interest rates again. And if they do raise them, they're gonna raise them a little bit, and the yen is gonna continue to devalue. So I honestly think that the big wind down of the carry trade is over. I think the worst is over. I could be wrong. I just don't see how the yen is going to appreciate and they're going to raise the rate again. I just don't see it.
I think they have to burn it down to rebuild it as it is right now. I think they've painted themselves into a corner, and they have to raise the interest rates. But they've raised the interest rates twice now, and by like 0.25%, maybe less. Maybe it's less than that. It's like the minuscule amounts that America wouldn't even notice, and it caused the largest collapse in their market since World War II. You know, like they have they're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think that they just have to do it, collapse it. I don't know. They're in trillions and trillions in debt. What are they going to
Is
do?
there a good chart? Hold on.
You're not screen sharing.
I know. It's good. I'm trying to find the chart. Here. Got it. because I needed a real-time chart of the Japanese
Mm.
interest rate. So here's the Japanese interbank rate. So here, so they were in the negative, and now they're positive. They're 0.12. What about their 10-year? I mean, this is nothing. Like,
Mm.
what are people freaking out about?
It's deeper than that because all the money was borrowed through that COVID period at negative interest rates, and then when they're depreciating yen, and now it's all getting.
Okay, so yeah, they had a negative interest rate, which is stupid, and now it's positive by, oh, this is only the May number. We're way behind. Ah, they don't have real data. Okay, so maybe it's a little higher than this now, right? So,
It's only fractionally higher.
like the thing is, right? uh, you remember you need two things. You need two things. You need a higher interest rate, and you need the value of the yen to go up. If it's only one of the two, it doesn't screw up the yen carry trade. People have to remember that the reason why the carry trade got blown up is because not only did the interest rate rise, the yen strengthened. The yen doesn't have to strengthen with a rise in the interest rate. Okay? So if people didn't like sell the yen, sorry, if people didn't have to like buy the yen back, I can still see an uptick in the rates and the yen devaluing. I can also see the opposite. The rate staying steady and the yen slightly appreciating. You need both things, and I don't think both things are going to happen again. I just don't. And also, this is just like what happened with the Fed. Remember when the Fed started raising the rate super quickly, and like three banks blew up because they were holding U.S. Treasury securities, and they didn't get a chance to like properly exit the trade. This is the
Mm.
same thing. The only reason why the Japanese carry trade blew up is because it happened too quickly. Is because the rate went up too quickly and the yen strengthened too quickly. If this is happening at a slow pace, then people have plenty of time to not to panic and to properly exit their trades. Okay, look, nothing happened to the yen carry trade over here. Here's the yen appreciating in 2022 by 15%, which is more than it did here, right? That wasn't even 15%. That was 12%. But what's the difference? The difference is this happened so quickly that this 12% increase, even though it didn't even increase in the yen down to this level of 127, it only increased down to 140 for fuck's sakes. Okay. The difference is it happened so quickly and it was accompanied by an interest rate increase. This period is October into October 22 into January. So if we go to October 22, right here, October 22 here into January, the rate went up a smidge. It went up very little. Let me zoom in on that. So October 22 was here, right there. The rate was slightly negative. January 23, the rate was 0. So the rate did increase, but it stayed negative or went to 0. So it wasn't a big deal. But the yen really strengthened, but it didn't strengthen quickly enough. So nobody panicked. Now the rate went up quickly and the drop happened quickly. I just don't see that happening again. And if it doesn't happen again, if a few institutions are unwinding their yen carry trade, it doesn't affect the market as much. Not a big deal. Okay. I just don't see this combination, just like what happened with the Fed. The Fed started raising the rates so fast, they saw the havoc they created. They caused three banks to fail. And they're like, okay, we fucked up. They didn't admit they fucked up, but they fucked up. And they're like, all right, we're gonna ease back on the pedal here. And that's exactly what's gonna happen with the Japanese. they're not going to do this again. They're going to do it a lot slower, and they're going to manage it a lot smoother. That's it. I think it's over.
All right.
All right.
Let's get
On this
let's get
note,
this
I'm done.
show let's get this show over. It's Friday night here, and I got stuff to do. Thanks,
Like
guys.
drinking
Thanks for
beer.
joining. No, I'm off the beer. I'm getting too fat. See you later.
All right. Bye, guys.